Good morning, Crable Mennonite School. Today is Thursday, January 11th, and my name is Bella.
And I'm Prentice. We hope everyone is getting excited about the book fair coming up. Next Tuesday will be a preview day where you can make a list of some books that you would like. The book fair will then be open on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
You can shop a little bit on Wednesday and Friday before school. It will also be open after school as well, with Thursday being the latest day as the fair will open until 5:30. Oh, and hey, do you know why the library was so tall?
No, why?
Because it had so many stories!
This past week we started intramural basketball in the middle school. We split into 4 different teams and will be competing against each other during recess over the next few weeks.
Also, in basketball news, the boys and girls teams played good games on Monday here at Crable against the Jewish Community Center. They weren't able to pull out a win, though. They're getting to play again today after school at Dayspring Christian Academy.
Last week for National Trivia Day, we asked you how many trivia questions we've done so far this year. Now it wasn't meant to be a trick question, but we did have a lot of answers that were technically correct. Since the question said this year and it was our first episode of the 2024, you could say the answer was 1.
The classes that gave the answer included Mrs. Kreider, Mrs. Melby, Mrs. Razor, Mrs. Seffen, Mrs. Fisher, and Mrs. Austin. Now, when it comes to how many questions we've done this school year, for that answer is 16. Mrs. Elby's second grade was our winner as they guessed the exact number.
When it comes to trivia, one of the most popular shows out there is Jeopardy! This trivia show was created 60 years ago, and it was originally a daytime show. The most successful player on Jeopardy! Was Ken Jennings, who won the game for 74 days in a row and won over $2.5 million. Now he is the host of the show.
Oh. Also in trivia news, we have an update from last week. For our question about how long it's been since someone has walked on the moon, Mrs. Steffen's class gave the exact right answer of 51 years. Their answer got lost somewhere, so we thought we would extend the date. Congratulations to their class.
This Monday we will be off school as we will be celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day. While it will be nice to have a day off school and the work of MLK is much more important than that. He spent most of his life fighting for people to have equal rights, regardless of their skin color.
It was also impressive that he stood up for people's rights without using any violence. He believed that violence never brings about permanent peace. He also believed that the Bible was key to believing that all people are equal, and he would quote it often.
One place he quoted the Bible was during his famous speech, I Have a Dream. He used references from Amos chapter 5 and Isaiah chapter 40. The speech was given about 60 years ago at the Lincoln Memorial, and over 200,000 people attended the rally.
What we want to know for this week's trivia question is how many total words are in this speech? This speech lasted about 17 minutes and takes up about 6 pages when printed out. As a class, give your best guess as to how many words are in this speech, and we'll be back to you next week to tell you the answer. Until then, I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.
And extended one, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.